Hello, my name is Blake Robinson, and in this video I'm going to be going over my Talion Calculator project. The inspiration for this program came when Wizards of the Coast recently printed the card Talion the Kindly Lord, which reads, as Talion enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power, or toughness equal to the chosen number, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. After this card was printed, there was a big buzz in the Magic community trying to figure out between 1 and 10, what's the best number to select for Talion to try to get the most triggers? Or, in other words, in a game of Commander, what are the most frequently played mana values, powers, or toughnesses of cards? And I figured we could turn to edhREC to try to answer that question. So, for those who don't know, edhREC is a deck building tool. It analyzes publicly available deck lists. It presently has analyzed over 3.1 million deck lists that have been created or updated in the past 2 years. And it makes card recommendations given your commander or other cards in your deck on what cards you can include. One of the features that edhREC has is this top most played cards. And as you can see, Sol Ring is played in 84% of 3.11 million decks. Arcane Signet is in 68% of 3.11 million decks. And so what my program does is it takes an input. We'll do something simple here. We're going to select 3, and it's going to look at the top 3 cards on this edhREC website and analyze what is if each of those cards were played once in a game of Commander, how many times would Talion have triggered in each of the options. So as you can see, a card like Sol Ring has mana value 1, which is determined by this card in the upper right hand corner, but it's not a creature or a vehicle, so it doesn't have a power or toughness. But if we were to look at a card like Eternal Witness has a toughness of 1, a power 2, and then its mana value is 1 generic, 1 green, and 1 green. So it has a total mana value of 3, meaning Talion would, if an opponent played Eternal Witness while you had Talion out, Talion would have triggered had you selected either the numbers 1, 2, or 3. But in this first example, we're just looking at the top 3 cards, and we can see that Sol Ring and Swords of Plowshare have a mana value of 1. And Arcane Signet has a mana value of 2. So we've got 2 things that trigger on 1 and 1 thing that triggers on 2. And as you can see, that information is reflected here in our results. So if we had selected 1, we would see that we would have gotten Talion's trigger 2 times. And if we had selected 2, we would have gotten Talion's trigger once. Choosing a small number like 3 is not that valuable since we could figure that out at a quick glance. But if we were to look at, let's say, the top 1,000 cards, this will obviously paint a very different picture. So looking at the top 1,000 cards, we can see that 25.6% of cards trigger on the number 2, or had you selected the number 2. And that's closely followed by nearly 22% of cards triggering on the number 3. So this is a real simple program, but hopefully it helps answer that question on what is the best number to select when playing the card Talion in your Commander deck. That said, I hope you have fun playing around with it. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions or ideas on how to update that program. You can find all my contact information on my website under the contact page. You can also see it on the screen here. And thanks so much for spending the time checking out this program, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care.